the Chiefs may have to make some major changes to their coaching staff after getting embarrassed in Super Bowl 59. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple quotes from members of this Chiefs coaching staff that's going to leave you pissed off, that's going to leave you upset about how these guys prepared this team for the biggest game of their lives. You guys are listening to the KC Sports Report. My name is Michael Darcy. Hit that like button on this video and subscribe to this channel for more of the best daily Chiefs content on YouTube. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into these quotes. The first one coming from an article from Fox Sports saying, before the game, a Chiefs coach told me that media members have been asking him if going to Super Bowls ever got old. And he bluntly told me, quote, "It does. There was a legit Super Bowl fatigue from this Chiefs team. It was completely clear in the first half when things escalated quickly." Now, that's coming from an anonymous member of this coaching staff, which I find just insane that going into the biggest game of your coaching career, you have that mindset. You have the mentality that we are fatigued from all of this success. We have gone to so many Super Bowls that we're tired. This team is tired. I cannot believe that he told someone in the media that little soundbite before the Super Bowl. If this happened after the Super Bowl, that's one thing. But leading into this game, where the Chiefs could have made history and three-peated, someone on this coaching staff said, yeah, we're tired. Yeah, we've got that Super Bowl fatigue. And that's an issue. That is a genuine problem. But somehow, some way, it's not worse than what Joe Bleacher said. And why don't we just go ahead and get into that? This is coming from an article from ESPN. Let me go ahead and shift that over for you guys. When a coach realizes his quarterback could be the greatest of all time, it should be a feeling of pure joy, right? Not in the case of Kansas City Chiefs Patrick Mahomes. Quote, "It makes it so much more stressful," Chiefs passing game coordinator Joe Bleacher told ESPN on Wednesday of Super Bowl week. "You feel the burden as a coach and as you're putting a game plan together to not waste his abilities, to not go through a season where you don't give him the opportunity, to not screw it up as a coaching staff. So rather than feeling like it's just unbridled excitement that we could do anything, it's actually more like a terror, like we cannot be the reason that we screwed this guy up or this team," which again is absolutely insane for the passing game coordinator for the best quarterback in the planet to say leading up into Super Bowl 59. I understand that nerves aren't, something that coaches don't deal with. All coaches are going to be nervous in big games. But to come out and say that you're scared of messing up with Patrick Mahomes, that's not a good look. That's not a good look whatsoever. And guys, I don't know if I want members of this coaching staff scared in this moment. Like what is different about this Super Bowl than the previous two that you won? Like what's the difference? But they were clearly scared as a coaching staff to cut it loose for Patrick Mahomes. And all week I've been saying that I think the Chiefs offense needs to be more explosive. I think that they've been handicapping what Patrick Mahomes can do, and that's by throwing the ball deep and finding receivers for that quick, explosive passing game. Part of the reason the offense hasn't been like that is because they've lacked some of the personnel, but they had the personnel this season. They had Xavier Worthy. For 4 weeks, they had Rashee Rice, and we didn't see Patrick Mahomes take very many shots downfield. You saw it in garbage time in this Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes found Xavier Worthy down the field for a touchdown. Where was that all season? That's the kind of stuff that I feel like lacked in this offense. And to have a coach come out and say that they're essentially scared of ruining Patrick Mahomes and not giving him that opportunity to go out there and be the guy that he is, that's a concern. That is a very troubling thing. And listen, Joe Bleacher is a guy that a lot of people think could be the new offensive coordinator if Matt Nagy leaves. And I'm not sure if I want that guy as the offensive coordinator of my football team. You cannot have nerves in this moment because that was the whole thing that the Chiefs had in their advantage. They had the coaching staff that has been there, done that. They had the coaching staff that had experience in these moments, And clearly leading up into this game, the Chiefs coaching staff was not prepared mentally for this game, and it showed by the way this team played. Nobody in this game, whether it was the players or the coaching staff, was mentally prepared to play the Eagles. Unfortunately, that's just the case. Like, if you read those two quotes, you had a coach come out and say that it is, quote, getting tired. Like, it is a old feeling of going to Super Bowls. He said, yes, it does get tiring. And that is insane because you're coaching in a game that coaches would kill to coach in. And you're tired of it? That's insane. That is absolutely insane. But I do think that the coaches coming out and saying this, it just shows that they weren't prepared. It shows they weren't prepared. It shows that their mindset was not right going into this game, and the Eagles' mindset was good. But we also got a quote about, an offensive line coach saying who he would have had at left tackle, which is very interesting, which we're going to talk about once we come back from this ad break. The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be. With over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet sportsbook, there are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the Rice Real Estate Group, Kansas City's premier partner in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, you'll receive a tailored experience designed just for you. Specializing in residential, commercial, and investment properties, the dedicated team over at the Rice Real Estate Group helps guide you through every transaction, including navigating those short, complex sales. With a commitment to personal one-on-one service, they will ensure that you are supported every step of the way. You can achieve your goals with expertise, care, and a customized approach that truly makes a difference. Ready to make your next move? The Rice Real Estate Group is here to make it happen. For more information, call 816-819-9333. Shout out to the sponsors that support this channel all off season long. But getting back into this video topic, I think those quotes from the coaching staff just show you why this team needs kind of a coaching turnover. They need some new life in there. They need some new people with different philosophies, because that's not it. That was not it. And to say that it gets tiring of playing in Super Bowls, even if the Chiefs won, that doesn't age well. That's not a quote that I look at, even if the Chiefs would have won, or if I look at it in hindsight, it didn't look good in the moment. And the fact that we're just finding out about this now, it's not a good look. And you can't coach scared when you're coaching Patrick Mahomes. And that is very concerning if you're, trying to get another job in the NFL, whether you're trying to help this offense progress. You got to cut Patrick Mahomes loose. You got to let him play like the Patrick Mahomes that we're so accustomed to seeing. And it feels like this coaching staff kind of tied his hands behind his back. But I teased before the break that the Chiefs might have gone with a different left tackle in the playoffs, and I wanted to read this quote from an article coming from offensive line coach Andy Heck. When Reid suggested moving the all-pro left guard over to left tackle, offensive line coach Andy Heck wasn't sold on the idea. They'd be sacrificing on the interior and asking Tooney to do a very different job, out in space battling against the best edge rushers. So clearly, Coach Heck wasn't even on board with playing Tooney at left tackle. Now, I will say, this is a situation where hindsight is 2020, and it's easy to say now that, Joe Tooney should have been at left guard. The Chiefs probably don't make the Super Bowl if Tooney doesn't kick out and play left tackle. But again, it's one of those situations that, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't really fault the Chiefs for playing Tooney at left tackle, especially when it was working. The issue that I have is in the Super Bowl when you were down 24-0, why not move Tooney back to left guard and put Humphries in at left tackle? What's the worst that's going to happen? You were already getting blown out. It could have gotten better. Maybe the Chiefs have a chance to, protect Patrick Mahomes for a drive or two. Maybe he's able to find some receivers downfield. Maybe we have a different game. But that's really my only complaint on, the offensive line. I think that you got to make some major changes in the offseason to the offensive line, but that's more personnel. That's not necessarily coaching. I think when you look at it, The quote about it gets tiring playing in Super Bowls, that's a really bad look for whoever said that. Again, we don't know who said it. And then for Joe Blameyer to come out and say that he's essentially coaching scared when coming up for a game plan, not a good look. Not a good look. And so, Chiefs Kingdom, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments section below. Do you think the Chiefs should make some major changes on this coaching staff? Do you think those guys have to get fired? Do you think you got to kind of bring in some new life to this team to give them some different coaching perspectives and philosophies? Because the Chiefs have probably become too comfortable, and you might be able to go out there and bring back some old faces or some new faces that'll give this team a different identity on the coaching staff. So, Chiefs Kingdom, that is all I have for today. Hit that like button and subscribe for more of the best daily Chiefs content on YouTube. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.